as you can see, here's the actual control unit, ECU, I guess you'd call it. Yeah, the actual lift struts, one on each side. You had your rear button back here, and your tailgate, lift gate. I guess it's like a latch, a suction latch that actually pulls it. There's a motor back here. Works this cable, pulls the door to finish it when it shuts, and then the dash button. So all that came with it. Some of the issues that I had that you may or may not have with the placement of where I put the actual control unit, the wiring harness for the left lift strut wasn't long enough to reach it, so I actually had to add some wire to that. Another issue we ran into was the boot that carries the wires from the actual car to the lift gate. And there's no physical way that you can put these cables with all the connectors that need to go through here through this. I ended up actually cutting them off and resoldering them together. Once you got through, put a little bit of silicone in this, and it went right in. Not saying it couldn't be done, you could probably do it, but I didn't have any luck with that. I did have to actually drill a hole for the strut cable to go in here. They sent the bushings and everything, some nice watertight seal for that. Basically, the wiring, as you can see here, I've got fastened up. I'm going to kind of tidy it up a little bit more, but just goes. You want to make sure you don't get in the way of your holes for your trim pieces. A lot of holes there that go. Wire comes through here underneath. This trim came off. Was able to get it up underneath here and go down. You can see some of it right there. Go down through. And down in here is where a lot of the connections are made. There's the gate motor I was telling you about earlier. And the actual wiring that goes up to the front towards the dash and the B-pillar. Some of those I had to actually lengthen the wire. The two wires go up to the switch and the dash was not long enough. I just added some into that. It wasn't no big deal. I just soldered it, heat shrinked it back. The ground itself system, I just found it right up here. And the other thing was power. You need a constant 12-volt battery source. That's, of course, not switched. I found that back here, and actually what this is for a trailering harness. If you want to put a 4 or 7 pin trailer harness on this Pilot, you can do that. Of course, I don't. But the posi tap I used, and the red wire on this harness, that supplied the constant 12 volts from the battery. Now, in order to get that, what I had to do is up in the front, in this fuse box, right here, it's a time delay. It's a FMX type fuse. This did not come with the car. I bought this separately, and this is what supplies the 12 volts back to that harness that I showed you. That way I didn't have to worry about running a wire up front. There was one already back there, so that actually supplies the constant 12 volts that we need. The routing of the cables, like I said, through here, filled the holes, took all of our wiring down to here. Now you want to have a trigger wire that goes to the B pillar for your unlock. It's a positive 12 volt unlock signal, and I actually bundled them up myself and put them all through here. So what you have in this one going up to the front is for your button, your dash button, and also you have it's the green wire that comes with the power harness for the control unit that goes up, and I'll show you here where it goes to the B pillar where you hit that a wire that actually, when you use your remote, it senses that signal when you lock. When you hit your unlock button 3 times, it counts those, and actually that's what sends the signal to trigger the gate. But we ran it up underneath, and it was kind of difficult, but it's worth it. It comes through here, and the wire that you're looking for, it's right in here. It goes to the actual driver's side, rear driver's side door. And inside this, I did some testing. There's a small yellow wire. That's the one that actually is your signal wire, or your positive pulse wire. As you can see, I had to add some wire to get to here, but the green wire from your power harness goes to this, and this is what makes your remote work. So it's just a matter of tidying everything up, taping everything up, tie wrapping it, and putting everything back together again. But so we continue to run the wire underneath the pre-tensioner and around, and right here, this is what's coming from your button right here, and made the connection. I think it's a black and brown wire, and that's in your actual power harness from your ECU. It just comes up there and connects straight onto that. You also have the option, there's a brown, there's a wire here that is actually for the illuminate, and that's if you want to just switch to light up. And what I did was I found underneath here is a piggyback fuse holder that I have for the ACC or the power. It actually only works, of course, when I hit my turn the radio on or the accessory, and that's what turns my light on here. I'll show you. You can see it lit up. I can turn it off. There, it went off. So you have that option if you want to do that. You can, but I did, figure if it's dark or something, you want to find out where the switch is at. But and as far as getting your panels off, take your time. There's tools out there that you can use that are really handy. Actually, got a couple. That's money well spent. Comes in handy. There's a couple. Getting this trim piece off the tailgate can be a little bit tricky. Like I said, just take your time. You don't want to break it. But other than that, the install is pretty straightforward. I mean, and the one good thing about it, the connectors in here are color coded, so you can't really. You have a black connector and sockets like this, so they actually all correspond with the plugs that you're doing. So I'd definitely do it again. If you want something, you're gonna have to. Sometimes it can be a little bit tough to do, but it's worth it. Especially if it didn't come with, this one didn't, the EX didn't. But like I said, the Posi tap works really nice. And if you're gonna make your connections, I would consider solder and everything like I did. I wouldn't butt splice. I'm not a fan of those. you can do it, and obviously it works, but just something else that could go wrong. I've seen it, but there again, that's kind of an overview of this liftgate install for this Honda Pilot 2016 EX, and definitely worth it. And everyone have a nice day.